Questions about the admission process and whether or not any help can be on its way, any legitimate help can be on its way. And this is Lynette Matthews. She's with the College Planning Center, and they have a couple locations in our area. We'll talk about that and how people can hook up with you. But in the meantime, why do parents go through all this extra legwork to get their students this extra help, or their child, I should say? What are colleges looking for? Why does this stuff matter?
Right. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
It's interesting because I think this is really a wake-up call. The scandal is really a wake-up call, not necessarily only to admissions offices, but to families, to parents and students. I think today there is so much stress, competition related to the whole process, when really it should be an exciting, joyful time for students and for parents. So I think that that's kind of what's driving it, is this additional competition, that drive for the perfect SAT or ACT score, those kinds of things.
But specifically the help that people would get, say, at a place like yourselves.
Right.
I mean, is that to get better scores than the SAT? I mean, what are the specifics? Why do people specifically come to you?
Yes, absolutely. So part of it is education, parents and students. The process is different than back 20 or 30 years ago when parents went through college. So it's educating parents and students and guiding them. So not every student is the same. I mean, you've got students in visual performing arts, you've got students in the STEM fields, you've got high achieving students, the student athletes. So the process can be very different for all of those different types of students.
So when and then we were just going to add too, because we were talking a little bit before, the big reason we're talking about this is because of some illegal operations that were going down. You want to get your help, your students some extra help. How do you know if the place you're taking them to is legit? Yeah,
that's a great question. So first off, make sure they're credentialed, just like if you were hiring an attorney or something like that.
And those are records you can find online or other places?
Yes, absolutely. You can ask the folks, you can look at their websites, things like that. But the credentials are a little different. So you need to look for somebody that's got some formal education. I have 21 college planners. They all either have a master's in counseling or a certificate in college counseling. The second is that they're a member of some kind of professional organization.
Gotcha. Real quickly too, we're running out of time, but for many young people, I won't say many, but for some, they lived a very privileged life. Telling them they are not accepted into a college is maybe the first time they've ever heard no. For others, it's more realistic. How do you brace your child for the fact that you might not get into every college you want to get into?
Right. Well, there's so much data available out there that it's really data driven at that point. I can show you and your student, okay, here's the average admissions data. So the SAT scores, the ACT scores, the GPA, those kinds of things. And it becomes very clear when you start looking at that data.
Well, Lynette, we appreciate you coming in. This is Lynette Matthews with the College Planning Center. I'm just going to read it off real quickly. We have a location in Folsom and one in Granite Bay, so a couple in this area. And if you happen to be in the Bay Area, Corte Madera as well. Lynette, thank you for being in. We really appreciate it. We'll toss back over to you, Martina.
All right, thanks so much. Let's go ahead and take a look at your traffic at 6:47 in the morning. So starting things off right now, this is over off of 58 House, so where we've seen a great day on the roads. Let's get on over to Eric Morales. I'm not really seeing much happening.